When we submit this, it will be routed to the create action. You can click on it. It won't work, of course. So let's take a look at our password resets. Oh, where's the controller? Let's refresh it. Here it is. This will be very similar to the account activation controller, so let's take a look at that. Of course, we don't have a new action over there, but we do have an edit action. The first line is almost exactly the same. In fact, let's copy it. It's not identical, though. Remember the way that we get the email before. Let's go to the sessions controller. So the sessions form, the new sessions form, gives you a params of session of email. So this here will give us params of password reset of email. So we need that. So params of password reset of email. And there's one slight difference. Over here, this email address was inserted into the email template that we sent to the person needing an account activation. In particular, it's all lowercase because it came right out of the database. But here, this is being submitted by the user, so we should downcase it, just in case. Finally, later on, we're going to want to pull this user out in the test. We're going to write an integration test, so we should make it an @user, so we can use that assigns of user trick. And now we're ready to write the branches. What are the two possibilities? Oops, look at that. Too many spaces there. All right, so we're going to say if @user. This is if the user is valid, else when it's invalid. Or I should say when the email is valid. So this is if the email actually exists, so the user has been successfully pulled out of the database, then we want to create the new digest. So let's do this. Let's create a reset digest. This doesn't exist, so we're going to have to write this on the user model. Basically what we're doing here is we're anticipating this refactoring. Where was it? Yeah, so here we did user.activate. We put the activation on the user model as a refactoring. Now we're just going to anticipate that. And we're also going to anticipate the sending of email. Where was that? That was send activation. Oh, that's in the users controller. Right, that's when users sign up. We're also going to anticipate this little abstraction layer. So we'll write @user dot send password reset email. And then let's do a flash message as we did before here. I feel like this is an info. It's not a warning. It's success, I suppose, but I think this is the color I prefer in this context. And let's redirect to the root URL. And if the email isn't found, then we should render a flash. And here we're going to re-render the new page if the email isn't found, this new password reset page. So this should be flash.now instead of just regular flash. And we need a key. And then render new. This is similar to what happens here in the sessions controller, just doing this. You can see little bits and pieces of our application are all coming together in this one spot. So let's save that and take a look. And here we're getting the same error because, in fact, we're doing this in the wrong place. We're doing it in the edit action, should be the create action. Let's do that. That was silly. Okay, here we go. Now this should be routed properly, and all right, email address not found. I'm actually not sure why that happened. Oh no, it's because I submitted it with the blank email. There we go. Can submit again. Now it's working. And if I put in an email address that does exist, then it'll get to this branch and complain that it doesn't have this method. So let's put that in. All right, let's put this right after this here. So create reset digest. And this parallels the callback we had for the create activation digest. So we'll do self dot reset token. Of course, we'll have to add that as a virtual attribute. Again, we'll reuse this new token method that we wrote before. And then the second part parallels this a little bit. We're going to update a couple of attributes. We'll update the reset digest with the hash version of this reset token, and we'll also update reset sent at. So this will save the reset digest to the database, and it should be user.digest of the reset token. And then reset sent at right now. So if we look at it now, the next method will fail. So reset token equals, oh actually no, that's not what failed. In fact, we can go here, let's look at our tests. Oh, we don't actually use it in the user model test, so let's go up here and add reset token. And then over here, we'll run into this problem, so the send password reset email won't work because it doesn't exist yet. All right, so let's add that. It'll just be the equivalent of this. In fact, let's just copy this. And then it's going to be usermailer.password reset. Again, it takes an argument, which is self. We're going to have to write this. It doesn't exist yet. Well, we'll have to fill it in. It does exist, but it doesn't do the right thing yet. So that's this here. But this email delivery method is now properly defined. Go back here.